So I have realized that there isn't much information on the internet or anywhere else about internship and the experiences that people go through in each and every internship facility. And I thought, why not actually have a conversation with doctors who have done their internship at those different facilities, come here and chat about their experiences so that me as a medical student and you can get a clear insight of what it is like to do your internship at that facility so that you can make an informed decision when choosing your internship options. Hello everyone, welcome to Med Chat, the internship series which is exclusive to only members of this channel, The Real Med Fanatics, where we are going to be rating facilities for internship here in South Africa. And I am not going to be doing this on my own. I will definitely be having guests that had the experience to do the internship at that specific hospital that we are going to be rating so that we can get a clear insight of how the hospital is. And this is to help you pick the best internship site when you are in your final year. And today we are having the first episode of the series and we are going to be rating the new SOMERSET Hospital, which is in Cape Town. Hi, Dr. Manning, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I am doing great, thanks. Thank you so much for coming to my podcast to share about your journey. This is literally the first episode of the internship series and you are my first guest.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
It's a pleasure. And definitely we're going to be talking about your hospital placement, which is New SOMERSET Hospital. But before we dive into it, I would like you to introduce yourself to my audience.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Rachel, Dr. Manning. So I'm a second year intern. I studied at UKZN. I'm actually from Durban, so it's now my second year in Cape Town. And yeah, that's about it.
Wow, okay. So how are you finding Cape Town so far?
I love Cape Town. I actually don't think I ever want to leave.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. As someone who studies in Cape Town, I don't know, I feel like I just need a break from Cape Town, but then I find that people who didn't study in Cape Town enjoy Cape Town a little bit more. So I just want to know, so you placed at New SOMERSET Hospital. Please tell us more about the hospital. What level of care is it? Is it an academic hospital or not?
So it is a metro hospital, and it's actually a referral hospital, but it's not like a tertiary hospital like Groote. So we receive a lot of patients from the clinics, from the district hospitals, Vredenburg, Westvliet, Dunoon, those sort of places. So we receive the patients, and if they're more complicated, then we refer the patients to a more specialized facility. It is academic, I would say. We get a lot of students, UCT students, as well as foreign students from Germany, other places, I don't know.
For their electives.
So that's really nice. And we do have academic ward rounds for most rotations, but it's more focused on the students, I would say. So if the students can't answer the questions, then they're direct to the interns. So if it's a tricky question, then we get asked. But yeah, we actually do have a lot of teachings, but it depends on the rotation. Like for peds, we had teachings every week. And obs and gynae, we obviously had the ESMOE. But in medicine, every ward round was an academic ward round, basically. Because medicine, there's so much to learn.
We're definitely going to talk about that a little bit later on, because I want us to literally unpack each and every block that you've done in first year. But like, what I want to know now is, was this your first option? Because you know, I've heard horrible stories about people picking options for internship and they don't get any of their options, or they get like option number 5. Was this like your first option, and why or why not?
So definitely first choice. And I actually did a social compact, and that's how I was able to get in.
What's that?
So basically, like New SOMERSET, there's very few interns that can get in. It's a very small hospital. So most people that are in my internship group, they're either married or engaged, or they're living with their partner. and that's how they get in. So there's different sort of compacts to get into the hospital. So I did a social compact with my friend, and that's how we were able to get in. It just it gives you a better chance of getting into the hospital when you apply together with someone. Okay, so I definitely wanted to be somewhere more in the city. So I was moving away from home, obviously, and I was, moving away by myself. So I wanted to feel safe somewhere. And obviously I'm a city girl, so I wanted the city. I didn't want to be in the bundus. And also why I chose Cape Town. So I actually had, I think, 3 options when I applied to Cape Town. I think I had 3 in Cape Town, 2 in KZN, and 1 Eastern Cape. So why I chose Cape Town was because my dad actually did his internship in Cape Town.
Oh, really? Your dad is a doctor?
Yes, he is.
So it runs in the family.
Yes.
Wow.
And my mom studied nursing. So they were both at Tygerberg. So that was actually, I think it was one of my options, if I'm not mistaken. So I did want to be in Cape Town, but not too far, or not in a more dangerous area, I would say. And obviously the location is amazing. You're at the VNA, you have everything around you. So New Somerset it was.
Okay, wow.
And also I had never been to Cape Town, so I wanted to have the full experience.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And I'm glad that you actually, got the one that you wanted, because that's very rare. We take it for granted, but it doesn't always happen. And I need people to understand that, especially medical students who are still yet to apply for this. And take note about the social compact so that you mentioned.
It's not always guaranteed.
Yeah.
But it does increase your chances.
So it's basically giving them an additional reason why you want to go to that hospital specifically.
Yeah, I know other people, I know this one person, he said that he can't leave his town or wherever he's from because a psychologist was there, and he wrote a letter and submitted it to HPCSA, and they actually allowed him to stay. So I feel there's ways to get around it, if you really do want to stay for family reasons, maybe you have a sick one at home or for whatever reason, but it's not guaranteed. Even if you have kids, sometimes they'll still send you away, which is really sad. Yeah.
I know some people might not know about how to get into internship, especially medical students or someone who's not really doing medicine. I want you to explain to us how is the process of actually applying for internship? How do you pick? How many options do you have to submit, and how does that go?
Okay, so we applied, it was towards the end of final year. I think it was October-ish. So you apply on the HPCSA website. So there'll be a day where it will open, and it's open for 2 weeks, I think. And basically, I don't know if the rules have changed, because I know a lot has changed with the HPCSA. I think you get 5 options, and 5 or 6 options. And then within those options, you have to choose 3 provinces. And you're only allowed to choose 1 metro. So you can only choose, you can't choose Groote and Tygerberg and New Somerset. Understand?
Okay.
Or you can't choose Groote and a more tertiary hospital in KZN. You can only choose 1 tertiary hospital or 1 more in the city. And then the others have to be either smaller hospitals or more district hospitals.
Yeah, makes sense.
So basically you apply. And if you want to compact, so basically when you apply, you put that other person's details, their ID number, and then you guys have to put the same hospitals in the same order when you apply. And then you submit, and then you wait. And then I think it was either late November, early December, where we had to log onto the website again, and then it showed us where we were placed. Yeah.
Okay, and do you have to submit any kind of documents, your CVs, your transcripts, or anything?
You basically needed your medical school number, your student number, and your ID number, and I think that was it. It was all on the website. There were no documents. Obviously, if you're married, then you need your marriage certificate and things like that. Then you submit that in addition. But other than that, no.
Oh, that's cool.
It was pretty straightforward.
Okay.
Very easy. It was more complicated to apply to university.
I mean, some of these questions that I'm asking for myself, because in a couple of months, that's gonna be me on that website trying to figure my way out. So I had to ask that.
It's very easy.
Yeah, okay, I'm glad. I'm glad.
It was just stressful waiting, and then also like our applications opened quite late compared to previous years, so that was a bit stressful. But
I feel like that was a problem also last year, because I knew a couple of people in final year last year, and I had to ask them like, you know, what's going on? Where are you placed? Around late November, they're like, girl, we still haven't applied. I was like, yo, that is insane.
And especially if you find out late that you're going to the middle of Limpopo.
Like how are you supposed to prepare for that?
Literally.
Yo, anyways, so you just told us that obviously New Somerset is in the city by VNA, so I am guessing no rural allowance for you.
No, honey.
Okay. So like just paint a picture for someone who doesn't know New Somerset in terms of how is the facility? Is it a fairly old or fairly new hospital? Is it well maintained? Like what can we expect?
Okay, so it is called New Somerset, and that's because they have built a new building onto the old building. So the actual Somerset Hospital, it was like a very old, like castle-like building that's like 200 years old or something. So that's like the front of the hospital. And in that hospital, we have the female medical ward, we have the male and female psych wards, and the peds ward. And then they built, like I don't know how old it is, but it's fairly new. They built onto that hospital and there's a joining passage, and that's the newer building, which has, I think it's 7 floors with like gynae, medicine, ortho, like all of those wards are there. And it has the surgical floor, there's 2 surgical floors, the labor ward, things like that. So that's like the newer building, and they actually are renovating. So I would say it's fairly newish, but not brand new.
Okay.
Yeah, there's still
That
some
makes
old parts.
sense. And are the lifts working? You know?
Yes, the lifts
we're
are working.
so lazy to take stairs.
The lifts are working.
If you're saying 7 floors, I need to know, are the lifts working?
They're always working. Well, mostly they are working.
Okay.
Yeah.
So